Now we're going to talk about the AI agent layer on Synca. It is named Synapse. Synapse is inspired by nervous system in the human body. In this AI system, the AI system is knowledgeable. He knows how to tip, knows how much to tip, knows when to submit, knows how to read the failure and retry given certain conditions. It also checks for favorable conditions when to run transactions here. So in our system, we have two modes. We have the cortex and the reflex mode. Now, this was inspired by our first build, where we just built an LLM, built an AI layer where you draw transactions, think on them, and then send to G2. Realize that every submission took 7 seconds. I mean, imagine in the first part where we need transactions going faster and you're always landing at 7 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. So it was slow for us. Sometimes it got to 13 seconds due to retries and all. Yeah, it was slow for us, and we thought of how to improve it, and we came across this, or we came to this. This is cortex and reflex. Now we have two modes. We have the cortex mode. The cortex mode reasons on every submission. So every time you submit, the LLM steps in, reasons, checks tip, knows if it's going to increase the tip, decrease the tip, or the retry strategy to if it fails. But we have the reflex mode, which already works without the LLM at most times. The LLM is only called in the reflex mode when there are hard cases, maybe like ambiguity, failures, congestion, and all. Since most transactions will land without increasing the tip, the reflex mode learns from previous submissions, so it doesn't always call the LLM. And for what we've seen like 374 milliseconds. So reflex mode is faster since it doesn't call the LLM. It's the fast part compared to the cortex, which always calls. So it's your call to choose what part you want to route through. Do you want to run the cortex? Do you want to run the reflex? They are all different routing systems on our Synapse engine. Yeah. Now this Synapse handles autonomous failures, handles retries, handles failure decision. We can try it here by injecting a failure simply. So the JSON where I benchmarked my system initially and saw that I was landing on a mean of 6 seconds. So I had to improve the system, which brought about these modes you see here now, the cortex and the reflex mode. Now let's try out the try injection, that's fourth injection. To do that, we have have this terminals. I run our agent, run this, and now here I can just pick. So to fault inject, we already have this in the SDK and the doc, so I just prompted to get what we need. You can do it in two ways. First of all, you can inject just the fault, then submit later, or you can inject and submit at the same time. So I'll just have us inject and submit at the same time. So we just pick, let's say this is pick this, and then we come over to this place. I'm moving to the agents folder. Then we submit this. Let's see. Let's watch the LLM. So this is a script I wrote for this. Now you can see it filling. We have so we can see all this. We can see the LLM retrying. We can see the tip decision first. Realizes that the transaction could not go through. Then it begins to retry, and you can see it here. And finally, I think it goes through here. So you can check here on the logs. We see and see finally the transaction went through. But it went through 2 cycles. So first of all, it detected the error. It's ran the retry mechanism, the automatic retry, and we got this. We could do this in many ways. I mean, we could um run this. Let's run this. I've injected a feed too low. Then from the dashboard, which is on localhost, I can simply try to inject a transaction, but enqueue it. So I enqueue a transaction. The sidecar is reading. Then we wait for the log from the AI agent layer. Now I think it starts out, and you see it fails, starts retrying. All that is logged in the agent area here. So we can see that autonomous retry by Synca. It retries, assigns the bundle again, and submits. So that's what the AI layer does basically. You just connect your model, and then you have infrastructure that retries your transfers, your transactions if they actually fail. Yeah. Thank you.